Okay, as we just sort of explored and found out, our rule for multiplying fractions is that when we multiply fractions, we multiply the numerators and then we multiply the denominators. So that is our standard basic rule. But I want us to look at something that's very interesting also. Let's say that we had this problem here, 1/3 times 3/4. Well, if we were to use our normal multiply fraction rule, we would multiply across the top, or the numerators. 1 times 3 would be 3, and then we would multiply the denominators. 3 times 4 would be 12. But now what do you notice about this 3/12? Well, it's not in lowest terms. It's not fully simplified. So in order to fully simplify this, we'd have to divide out by a common factor. So we can see that 3 will divide into both the top and the bottom. 3 will divide into 3 one time, and 3 will divide into 12 4 times. So now the more simplified version is 1/4. Well, now look what happened. We divided the top and the bottom by that 3. So we actually could have done that in the very beginning and made it a little bit simpler of a problem to deal with. Oops, went up too far. So if we see a multiplication problem, we can either use the rule that says multiply straight across and then simplify, or to make it just a little bit nicer in the very beginning, you can cancel any common factors. Now you can cancel any numerator with any denominator, but that's it. You can't cancel across the top or across the bottom. It has to be one top with one bottom, always. So in this case, we can cancel because we've got a common 3 here. So 3 goes into 3 one time, and 3 goes into 3 one time. And then when we multiply across the top and the bottom with what we have left, 1 times 1 would be 1, and 1 times 4 would be 4. So we end up getting the exact same answer, but we didn't have to do quite as much writing to begin with. Okay, let's try it again. This will work every single time, but you have to make sure that you're doing it correctly. Any numerator is able to be canceled with any denominator, but nothing else. In this case, 2/3 times 2/5, you might be tempted to cancel out the 2's, but remember these are both numerators, so that's not allowed. It has to be one top with one bottom. So in this case, we can't really cancel anything from a top to a bottom, so our only choice is to multiply straight across. So 2 times 2 would be 4, and 3 times 5 would be 15. Now, this is our final answer.